I want to share with you something that I've shared before, but perhaps from a different argument. And basically, the argument is nothing perceivable or conceivable is fundamentally or inherently real. And so let's explore that both from a quantum mechanical point of view and from the point of view of everyday experience. I'm proposing to you right now that what we call quantum, quantum is the smallest unit of anything. Okay, quantum of light is a photon, quantum of electricity is electron, quantum of gravity supposedly is something called a virtual graviton, etc., etc. But what I'm proposing to you right now is what we call quantum is not a physical entity at all. It's rather a moment in space-time or a measurement of an event in consciousness. And so, of course, if you talk to physicists, they'll say this comes from interpretations of quantum mechanics that emphasize the role of observation and consciousness in quantum phenomena. Then you say, well, who's observing? And usually you'll be given the answer. It's a classical system. It could be a machine, it could be a person behind the machine, etc. But it's something classical. Classical means that's physical, in the physical world. And when quanta interact with waves of probability, interact with classical objects, they collapse into quantum phenomena. So what I'm saying is, no, I'm sharing a perspective that challenges the traditional view of quanta as discrete physical particles or waves, and instead framing them as manifestations of measurement events in consciousness, within consciousness. So here are the key points supporting this argument from a physics perspective as well. Number one, the measurement problem. Quantum mechanics faces the challenge of explaining how definite measurement outcomes arise from probabilistic quantum states. Some interpretations propose that consciousness plays a role, crucial role, in the collapse of the wave function. Then, of course, the Copenhagen interpretation, which says reality is observer dependent. It's a prominent view within quantum mechanics, suggests that quantum states are not objectively real until measured. This implies that the act of observation, potentially linked to consciousness, creates reality at the quantum level. But who's measuring? I'm saying consciousness is measuring, not the body-mind, which is also measures, which is also a measured experience. Anyway, then there's something called the von Neumann-Wigner interpretation, which explicitly posits that consciousness causes the collapse of the wave function. It argues that the mathematics of quantum mechanics allows for the collapse to occur at any point in the causal chain, including at the level of subjective perception. There's also something called quantum cognition. Some researchers propose that quantum concepts like complementarity, contextuality, and entanglement play significant roles in mental processes. This suggests a deep connection between quantum phenomena and consciousness. Recent theoretical work also proposes that space-time itself may emerge from quantum entanglement. If consciousness is fundamentally linked to quantum processes, this could imply that space-time and consciousness are intimately connected. Then, of course, there are proponents that obviously state what I think is the obvious, that the mind is of non-physical nature. Proponents of quantum consciousness often argue that the mind is non-physical and separate from material world, acting as the true measurement apparatus in quantum events. Subjective experience. Both consciousness and quantum phenomena share qualities of subjectivity and indeterminism, leading to some to propose that consciousness itself is a quantum phenomenon. And then, of course, people argue about the limitations of classical physics, which struggles to explain consciousness, leading some researchers to turn to quantum mechanics as a potential framework for understanding subjective experience. So I find these ideas intriguing and that they're part of the conversation, that they're considered speculative and controversial within the scientific community, and also how they challenge our conventional intuitive ideas about reality. And of course, there are other interpretations of quantum mechanics. Many worlds interpretation or objective collapse theories, which do not require consciousness to play a special role, although you need consciousness to come up with the theories. So this actually leads me to my fundamental argument that anything observable or tangible is not real. Anything perceivable or even conceivable is not real. The only thing that's real is that which perceives and conceives. And that quantum events are actually space-time events in consciousness, knowing itself as that under these conditions. And then you put all these quantum events in consciousness together, and you get the appearance of the physical world. In other words, if you can see it, touch it, taste it, smell it, think about it, conceptualize it, imagine it, measure it, or if it's tangible in any way whatsoever, it's not real. Only the abstract, intangible, incomprehensible, infinite, spaceless, timeless, formless, sacred is real. This is how the abstract appears as the tangible. Let me know what you think. We are the abstract appearing as the tangible. And so is the world. So is the world. This would be pure Vedanta. Okay? This would be pure Vedanta. If you want to continue this conversation, you can also interact with my digital twin by going to digitaldeepak.ai. And also Digital Dharma is out, which will help you use prompts to amplify your physical well-being and elevate your spiritual intelligence. Thank you, my friends, and God bless. Only the divine is real.